Minnesota Vikings do not have a game this weekend. They're currently on the bye week, and it's at a much needed time. They have to get healthy. And that's what they're going to be using this week to do. And as a Vikings fan, it can feel a little empty without having a game to watch. But don't fret. It's going to be a great weekend of football. And one of the more interesting games is going to be Sunday night football when the Detroit Lions take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And that game is going to be loaded with a lot of interesting storylines, including these Detroit Lions who are 4-1 on a 4-game winning streak. The Vikings are going to take them on in just a few weeks, and they are going to be going to Detroit for the first matchup before hosting them on Christmas Day. Now, one of the things that you can do as a Vikings fan is kind of get the landscape of what's going on in the rest of the league because you don't have anything else to distract you, which also makes it the perfect time to play some Underdog Fantasy. And when you use the code ATOZ, you're going to get $100 in bonus credits with your first $5 play. And that play should probably go to Xavier Worthy of the Kansas City Chiefs. And I like the higher than 63.5 receiving yards with him. One of the reasons I like it is because you have both starting safeties for the Detroit Lions, Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, not practicing on Friday. And what does Xavier Worthy do? He burns you down the field because he's got 4.21 speed, the fastest time in the history of the NFL scouting combine. And when you don't have that elite deep safety duo back there, the corners aren't exactly what you would call great in Detroit. They're average. And Terrion Arnold, who they picked in the second round a couple of years ago, has not really stepped up in any big way. You get Xavier Worthy running one post, and that could easily clear that 63.5 receiving yards. Plus, Rashee Rice is not back yet. He should return after this game because he has a 6-game suspension. And this is going to be the last time where you may be able to take advantage of these lower numbers that Underdog Fantasy currently has. But the other one I'm also looking at is Jahmyr Gibbs. And I love his over 1/2 receiving plus rushing touchdown total because he just scores. And he is such a key component of that offense to give him the ball in a multitude of situations. And whenever he has the ball in his hands, he can take it to the house. That is how electric of a player he is. This is going to be the game to watch for Vikings fans because, one, it's probably game of the week. 2, it's got a divisional rival that you're still trying to learn about. And 3, well, if the Kansas City Chiefs lose, it's going to be a really interesting topic of conversation over the next week. And don't forget to play Underdog Fantasy with ATOZ Sports using promo code ATOZ to get that free $100 in bonus credits on your first $5 play.